Hi Sarah, thank you so much for reaching out for a reading. So we're going to start with your career stuff first, and then we're going to move to the shadow work. I'm going to have all of your stuff in one video, and then I will make a separate video for Ashton's reading, and they will need to be viewed through the link. Each time that you want to view it, they're set to private on my YouTube page, so nobody has access unless you share the link. So only I can see it and you can see it unless you share the link with somebody. All right, so we're going to start with your career first of all. We're going to see your career as a whole. So it looks like there could be some things where maybe there's a lot of gossip or a lot of people spying on you in this current situation, or you just feel kind of out of place at your current place of work, that things aren't really fulfilling you. You aren't feeling really like emotionally invested in this place is definitely what I pick up. Let's see, what steps do you need to take right now to change these things? That you really need to figure out what it is you want to do to put forth the effort. So hard work is going to pay off for you, but again, you have to actually want to be there. You have to want to put in the hard work and the effort in order for things to kind of pan out and be successful. So I feel like whatever you're currently doing for work, that it's just not it for you. You're not feeling real fulfilled. Maybe the money isn't real great. The time, the hours might not be great. And it's just like you're looking forward to something better, but you haven't found the something better yet. How will you know what is right for you? All right, well, something has to end first. I feel like you're in some sort of cycle that you're trying to close out what you're currently dealing with so that you can start something new. And so there needs to be an ending somewhere. So whether you're planning on leaving a job and starting something else, best advice is always not to just quit a job unless you have another one to go into so that you don't hurt yourself financially. But there's some sort of cycle that's trying to close itself out. And then the new cycle brings you a lot of happiness, a lot of more emotional fulfillment, a reason to celebrate. And it might be some sort of unexpected offer coming. So maybe it's a job tip from a place you wouldn't expect. Maybe something that you put an application in, you didn't think you'd hear back, finally reaches out to you. So there could be some new stuff coming in for you. And you're going to know if it's right if you don't feel overwhelmed. You're going to know if it's right for you because it makes you feel happy again and fulfilled. So anything that's like stealing your joy or making you feel really down in the dumps or like you hate going to work, that's not a job that you want to be in long term. Theo, pain in the butt. All right, so what skills will be required of you? That you're going to actually have to kind of look at the bigger picture. You're also going to have to figure out a way to be enlightened in this situation. I also feel like you felt really stuck and stagnant in your current state. So whether that's the job that makes you feel that way or just life in general that you feel like stuck and stagnant, it's time to shift your perspective and gain some insight on what it is you want to do going forward. So I would get away from people who like to gossip a lot. I would get away from people who maybe are trying to spy on you through any means possible, like social media, friends or family groups, and then be willing to put forth the effort and the hard work in order to really shift your perspective and see things in a different way. All right, how can you jumpstart your career? Okay, so you first need to let go of some heavy burdens or things that are really weighing you down. Backstabbing, betrayal, things like that, especially if you're dealing with that at a job. That's one of the things you want to let go. You also need to work on trying to find some balance. So whether that's balancing your finances, mental balance, like, not feeling overwhelmed, not feeling like it's constant chaos, things like that. Or there's other things out of your life right now that are not in balance. And so you want to dip your toe in the water. You want to try and make adjustments, end things that aren't working for you so that you can find balance and harmony in all of the parts of your life, whether that's relationships at home, work, friends, relationships, whatever. But you definitely need to work on trying to find some balance, and some forward movement is possible for you. So it's something that I feel like if you're willing to put forth the effort, you find the happiness that you're looking for. Travel could also be involved with this new job. It could also be you might be purchasing a new vehicle, relocating, like moving places to live. Those are all possibilities with the Chariot. and we have the Devil. So you're overcoming toxic cycles, codependency, addictions, things that leave you feeling trapped, stuck, or bound in a situation. It's going to be important that you really do let go of all of those things. All right, so our second half of the career spread. So new job. If you're looking for a new job, we're going to weigh the pros and the cons and see like what other options we have. So pros of a new job. We have some sort of adventure coming to you. I know you're a fire sign, so this is definitely something where you could be a little bit of a rebel in this situation where maybe you just don't want to do a conventional job, and that's okay. They're not for everybody. You know, basic 9-to-5 jobs kind of suck the life out of you. So if you're able to follow some sort of creative passion or some sort of adventurous streak that maybe pays off, that might be fruitful for you as well. Cons of a new job. Let's see. I don't see harmony in a relationship as a con. So I feel like maybe there isn't harmony in a relationship right now, whether that's like between you and Ashton or anywhere in your life. But I feel like you're going to finally step out of a place where you don't feel appreciated, you don't feel happy, into a place where you found like your people, your soul tribe, your sense of belonging and things like that, some harmony and security. And that by doing things that require hard work, you will be successful in this venture. That slow and steady will win the race, so keep working towards your success and what it is that you're looking for. So if you're not doing those things, if there's not harmony in your current situation, if you have a lot of problems with others, or if people are losing their temper, or there's a lot of rebellion and a lot of lack of wanting to put in the hard work, then those would be the cons to this situation that you're currently dealing with. So where are you right now? All right, so you're trying to be charitable to others. Maybe you're trying to really live beyond your means at this point as well. It could be that you really want to be charitable to others or be able to show a lot more kindness, and you want to be able to share the wealth. So if your current job isn't paying the bills like you want it to, then that tells me that by changing jobs, maybe something pays better and you are able to be more charitable with others. Could also be a promotion or a pay raise at the current situation. All right, so the best course of action. So hard work is really going to pay off. So you want to put your best foot forward. Again, this card signals traveling, relocation, moving on to greener pastures. So what isn't working for you, you have to be willing to leave it behind and close out a cycle. We already had the death card, so that definitely tells you that you want to leave the things behind that don't work, and you want to be able to let go of toxic cycles in order to try and find the balance. So best course of action, it's going to bring you celebrations. We have the Three of Cups twice. We have the Devil twice, so that tells me that there's definitely some toxicity, codependency, addictions, issues where there's controversy or you feel really stuck or trapped in a situation that needs to be broken. We have Aries energy, which I believe you're an Aries, so happy late birthday. This is something where you can actually manifest the life that you want, but you've got to stay positive. It's going to take some skills. You're going to have to be organized, and then you're going to have to be a little bit resourceful in order to kind of get where you want to be. Again, it's going to require hard work. It's not going to be something that's just handed to you. It's going to be something that you have to put in some time and effort into making it successful. But you are going to have to kind of endure some of these changes in order to really go forward. So stick up for your beliefs, stick up for what you want out of life, and go after your dreams and goals. You've been really confused about what to do in this situation, so whether it's love or a job, I do feel like there's been a lot of confusion, maybe a lot of arguments lately, and it's like 1 minute you're up, the next minute you're down. And then the Queen of Coins. So she's somebody who's really kind of grounded in nature. She's somebody who is very practical when it comes to business matters. It might be somebody who's like some sort of mentor to you that kind of helps you get things back on track. So the outcome for your, my hands would work today, for your career portion. So you're stuck in a cycle of self-pity. You think that like there's no hope or that things won't change for the better, but you need to shift your perspective because things can absolutely change. Could be dealing with a big period of stagnation, but it looks like things start to balance out. So you could be dealing with another Libra, This is also something where courts, contracts, legal issues you could also be dealing with, but they come to kind of help level the playing field and to balance things out, to restore the balance. So if you're waiting on like a court decision or some sort of contract to be finalized, or you're just trying to find some balance, it looks like things do start to balance back out and adjust for the better. But your walls are really high, so you do want to shift your perspective, and you might be really burnt out right now with just a lot going on. So trying to find the balance is going to really help. And then good luck's on your side. So if you choose to leave a job for a better job, I think that that would be beneficial. But make sure that you know what you're getting into. Make sure you know what's going to be expected of you in order to earn your paycheck, things like that. But I do think there's some opportunity coming that's either going to have you traveling, or it's something that's going to pay better and maybe make you a little bit less stressed out. So there is an opportunity for things to change for the better in your career. Again, there's a lot of imbalance right now. So whether that's financial imbalance or something to do with like the work-home life balance, relationships might be having issues and struggling right now. So this is something that's going to require work of you in order to actually make some progress to go forward. But it can be done. Things can absolutely change for the better. So really important that you weigh your pros and cons of everything that you're trying to deal with, so that you can make an honest step forward and stop holding on to things in the past that maybe really aren't working for you. So that's what we have for the career portion, and we're going to do your shadow work. All right, let's see what we have going on from the part that we keep hidden, which is our shadow side. So shadow work is basically designed to help us see what's kind of hindering our growth, things that maybe we don't want to acknowledge that are keeping us stuck, things that maybe we know but like we don't want to actually honor that it's a part of us, and we integrate the two parts of ourselves in order to find balance. So let's see, what do you need to know from your shadow side? All right, so there's some potential love opportunity that maybe you don't want, or maybe that you're sort of ignoring. So normally the Knight of Cups would be somebody who's very romantic, very old-fashioned, and kind of like your knight in shining armor. You either are dismissing this person, or there's some problems going on with this situation. All right, Four of Cups. So this is also something where there might be an offer or an opportunity that you are rejecting at this current point. And it could be from this Knight of Cups. Both are water sign energy, so Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. It doesn't have to be, it's just emotions usually with cups, but it can be water element. All right, and Five of Swords. So you're no longer confused in this situation. I feel like there could have been a lot of arguments, a lot of conflict and chaos, that maybe at first you were confused on what to do, but I think you've made up your mind in this situation. And maybe you are kind of coming out of hermit mode, where maybe you kind of retreated for a while from this person or this situation, and so now it's like you're kind of trying to emerge, like the light bulb all of a sudden clicked on. Could also be dealing with a Virgo. I feel like there's been a lot of ups and downs in this relationship. I feel like there's been some conflict, that there's been a lot of back and forth of trying to decide some things is what it looks like, and feeling really stuck and stagnant. So needing to shift your perspective on things, needing to see maybe the other person's viewpoint, and also being able to kind of set yourself free from the obstacles that you might be facing right now. Yeah, needing to take a leap of faith somewhere, but either being afraid to take that first step or not knowing how to take that first step is what I'm picking up. The Fool is also Aries energy. So also needing to be cautious of like your next move. So the Fool, typically he's like on an adventure and he's getting ready to take a step, but he's not looking where he's going. So he's about ready to step off of a huge cliff. So that indicates that you want to be really cautious with whatever your decision is that you're trying to make, because it looks like you could potentially set yourself up for a big letdown or some sort of like misstep or problems if you aren't cautious. So you want to make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into before you make this next decision. All right, what do we need to know for our light side? All right, there's some sort of heavy issue that's going on, some sort of heavy burden that maybe you've carried for a while, and this needs to go. This comes out with the Knight of Cups, so it tells me it could be a relationship that you're like on the fence of whether you're ready to walk away from or not. Could be work or it could be love. We have Justice, so dealing with a Libra. This is also dealing with courts, contracts, legal issues, needing harmony and balance. So I feel like the offer that is coming to you is something that could help kind of balance things out. It could also be by eliminating this offer, or the person that's making this offer, that's what helps you find the balance. So either way that resonates. Some big changes need to happen. The Tower symbolizes change, transformation, upheaval, sudden shocking changes. I feel like because you're not confused anymore, that suddenly all things start to really transform and change for you. And the Tower is really a card telling you that the changes are coming no matter what. So you can either choose to embrace the change and go with the flow, or you can try and fight against it. But fighting against it is only prolonging the inevitable, meaning that it's really coming no matter what. So it's better to just kind of go with the changes rather than to fight the changes. All right. Wheel of Fortune's on your side. You had this in the other portion of your reading as well. So meaning that fate and luck have taken control of the Wheel of Destiny, and they've spun good fortune in your favor. That card is really important for closing out old cycles. It's like you might have been in a string of what feels like bad luck, or like nothing's going in your favor and things are just constantly, you're butting heads, and that nothing is seeming to work in your life. That's about to change for the better, that things are starting to transform, and it's going to happen quickly. You could also be dealing with a Cancer. We also have the Chariot in your other reading as well. So you could be dealing with a Virgo, a Pisces, an Aries, a Cancer, a Libra, water signs, fire signs, and air signs is what we have so far. So really important that you allow things to kind of transform, that it's going to be something that is necessary for these changes to take place, and that you need to trust your intuition. If you're unsure of whether it's your intuition or whether it's like your ego talking, your intuition is something that should feel familiar to you. Your ego is going to leave you having doubts or questioning things like whether you're good enough for something. That's ego. We want to try and quiet the ego as much as possible, and we do that by a few things. One would be really tuning into your higher self or your intuition and seeing where it's guiding you to go. Your intuition isn't ever going to steer you in the right direction, but it can take some time to really listen to that over your ego. So that takes some practice. You can do some things like meditation, journaling, prayers, affirmations, and really just kind of quieting your mind and tuning into your higher self. Whether you're spiritual, whether you're religious, believing in a higher power other than ourselves is something that we all should do. And I feel like you're going to get some sort of sign of wisdom, or like something's being unlocked when you finally tap into this energy. So let's see if there's anything else that's being hidden right now. Anything else that's being hidden? All right. Seven of Swords. So I feel like you're seeing sneaky and deceptive people for what they are. This could be liars, cheaters, manipulators, just people who don't have your best interests at heart. I feel like you're finally starting to see that for what it truly is. So that's good. And you want to either keep those people at arm's reach, have strong boundaries, or cut them out, whichever works for you. Let's see what else. Queen of Cups. When she's in the reverse, she can be a little bit narcissistic, overbearing, kind of suffocating. So if this is like a mom or a mother figure, this could be somebody who maybe is kind of controlling, or maybe somebody who's a little bit selfish or arrogant. We don't like the Queen of Cups so much when she's in the shadow side, because she's kind of the negative aspects of that card. Interesting. So we have the Ace of Cups, which is normally an opportunity for new love, but I feel like you're going to shut this down. I feel like you're not ready for this, or you don't want this, whatever way that comes through. So it's like a missed chance, or an opportunity that passes you by, or something that you reject when it comes to love. let's see, 8 of coins. So there's a need to put in some hard work in your financial sector, that you either are not as focused at work or you're not putting forth your best effort at work, but something that is negatively impacting your work life right now, which also potentially affects your finances. So you want to be careful of that. Your other portion of your reading was also saying that you have to be willing to do the hard work, and that hard work will be required in this new opportunity. 5 of Wands. There's been a lot of conflict, chaos, and clashing egos. I feel like you are trying to let go of those things. So that's going to be important that you let go. Again, we have an opportunity coming in, but it's like you either don't expect it, you don't believe that it's for you, you reject it. This is an opportunity to follow like a creative passion or some sort of passion project. It's either been on the back burner or you dismiss it altogether. All right, let's see. How do we reconcile all these things? What else do we need to know to be able to find the balance? Okay, the Emperor. So this is Aries energy. This is making strategic moves, using logic, using strategy. He's also the divine masculine in tarot, meaning that he embodies all of the 4 kings. So he has all that knowledge. He's got all the empathy. He's got all of the smarts, all of the hidden wisdom and knowledge that he could need in order to make positive changes to go forward. It's Aries energy, if I didn't say that. You might be in your masculine energy right now as well. So masculine energy when you're female is something that can be a little hard for males around you especially to deal with. So we have to learn to step into our feminine energy instead of always being on guard, instead of always being the boss, the leader, the person that, you know, handles everything on our own. Sometimes we have to learn to kind of share the load and to be able to stand in our feminine power as opposed to our masculine energy. And so that might be something that you're trying to work through too, is not being so in charge all the time and maybe kind of letting go of a little bit of control. Okay, 10 of Cups. So this is a happy union typically. It's also things like commitment, could be engagement or marriage, things like that might be on your mind right now. But a lot of harmony in love relationships. All right, we like to see this. So we have both cards of the Ace of Wands. So we go from things being on the back burner or missing something or turning it down to all of a sudden we're able to actually achieve those things. So this is birthing new creations. This is a card indicating that there's an opportunity coming for a passion project, something that will be creative for you, or something that makes you feel really alive again. So that's important. And 8 of Swords. So this is overthinking things, and you really don't want to be stuck in your head overthinking things. You want to make sure that logic wins and that you see the bigger picture, but you don't want to get stuck in a pattern where anxiety rules, or that's what surrounds your thoughts all the time is repetitive cycles. So again, that could be ego talking to you, a lot of feeling really trapped or stuck in a repetitive cycle. It's time to make some changes in order to let go of those things, and balance is definitely needed. You've had Temperance more than once as well. So this is Sagittarius energy, but this is definitely something where you need to pour into your own cup first before you're able to really pour into another. So self-love, self-care, self-appreciation, those are going to be things that help you transform that energy. And especially if you've been operating in your Emperor energy where, you know, you're the tough guy, you're the boss, you have control all the time and you can't let that go. Those are things that need to change in order for you to open up these new opportunities. All right, and then once I feel like once that happens and you find some balance, it opens the door for you to be a lot happier and a reason to celebrate. So good news, that's definitely good news that's coming. All in all, it looks like there's some issues going on in your love life, that there's been a period of confusion or isolation, and that it's really important that you shift your perspective on these things and that you're willing to take a leap of faith and try new things, but at the same time that you're cautious and that you know what you're getting yourself into, that you don't bite off more than you can chew or you don't sabotage yourself. There's things or situations that you need to let go of in order to find some peace and balance in your life, and these changes really are important that they happen, that they're divinely guided, meaning that God's source source, the universe, whatever you like to call it, is intervening on your behalf to open up new doors for you. But you have to see where you're being led, and you have to trust your intuition. So things will change quickly once this tower moment happens. Once these big changes start, they're going to come quickly, and it's best that you embrace them and go with the flow. But trust your intuition. Pay attention to any sort of red flags. There's somebody around you that's maybe a little bit untrustworthy, could be liars, cheaters, manipulators, things like that. And that you could have somebody who's a little overbearing or a little bit like a hovering helicopter parent in your life that's maybe trying to control things, and that might not be working for you right now. There's also an opportunity for love coming in, or like deepening a connection that you might dismiss because your focus right now looks like it's not on love, that it might be on work, and some changes need to happen with that as well. That you really do want to take the opportunities to change the things that don't work so that things are more successful financially for you, and that you need to let go of ego and battling people excuse me, in order to finally find your peace. And that you don't want to miss out on an opportunity that could be very fulfilling just because you're in this kind of control energy. So be strategic about your changes and how you go forward, that it leads to a lot of happiness and fulfillment. There could be a passionate new encounter or a passion project, that you're birthing some sort of new creation. Don't get stuck in your head overthinking these things. It's time to try and find the balance, and then all of a sudden you have your reason to celebrate. So that's what I have for you. Those are some things that look like they need a little bit of work. I think you'll be able to comment directly on this video if you want to, or you can text me and let me know whether stuff makes sense or whatever. So I hope that helps. Happy late birthday. Sorry I missed you. I'm usually like $1 day behind, you know, all that good stuff. I'm always like behind in everything. So I have to write everything on my calendar. I forget stuff, but I do hope that helps. It looks like if you're changing jobs as well, that there could definitely be some new opportunities coming for you to better things. So cast the net wide, you know, throw a lot of applications out there at things that you really want. I didn't see anything pertaining to like going back to college or anything like that. Sometimes those come up. I didn't see that. So I think it's going to be like a regular job that's something fulfilling to you, or something that you would enjoy versus maybe what you're currently doing now. So keep looking. You will find what works for you. Sometimes it's trial and error, and it takes a while to find what really fits. But I think if you keep plugging away and you really evaluate what's going to work and what you want, what you don't want, you will find an opportunity that suits you. So I hope that helps. Have a great rest of your day.